Welcome to Agenda Edina, a news program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. Edina is one of Minnesota's first healthy do towns. The mayors of Bloomington, Edina, and Richfield, along with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota, launched an 18-month project to improve the health of their communities by making changes that support healthy eating and active living choices. The initiative is called Do.town and builds off of the success of Blue Cross' popular Do campaign and the numerous healthy initiatives that are currently underway in each of the cities. Do.town focuses on preventing illness caused by unhealthy eating and physical inactivity, which combined are the second leading cause of death and disease in Minnesota. The goal of the Do.town initiative is to make the communities places where the healthy choice is the easy choice, giving residents more opportunities to eat right, get physical activity, and create healthier homes, schools, and workplaces.
We're looking forward to an exciting 18 months as we try to figure out ways that we can make this a real sustainable sort of project in our communities, that it will really seize hold in the very fabric of our towns and make them the healthiest places they can be in years to come.
The project begins this month with outreach and listening sessions in each community. The goal is to better understand the barriers people believe exist and then help communities make the changes that can enable community members to more easily make healthy choices a part of their daily lives. Each city will determine which changes and improvements they want to tackle.
But we're very excited about this project today. It's really about unhealthy eating and physical inactivity. These are problems that cause enormous burdens on us from both a health point of view and a financial point of view. Unhealthy eating and physical inactivity lead to diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease and even some forms of cancer.
For more information on the project, visit do-town.org. The City Council has set the maximum tax levies for 2012. The preliminary general fund expenditure budget, prepared by City Manager Scott Neal, is approximately $30.6 million. The preliminary expenditure budget for the general fund, the equipment replacement program within the construction fund, and all debt levies is $36.4 million. Neal prepared the draft budget with several goals in mind, including stabilizing city operations and employee headcount, keeping employee compensation at market levels, and maximizing use of available unreserved fund balances.
The strategy I have recommended to the Council to accomplish these goals is to stabilize our operations and to focus on performance, to stabilize our headcount as we begin to plan our operations for the future, and also to retire some of our debt, both short-term, intermediate, and long-term debt.
The city's current unreserved fund balance is nearly $2.5 million. Neal proposed transferring $700,000 to the construction fund and spending $100,000 to recodify local ordinances, $100,000 to modernize human resources operations, and $100,000 to respond to findings of a recent compensation study. The rest of the money would be used to restructure the city's debt and provide property tax relief. Total of all levies would increase by $462,009 or 1.8%, the maximum property tax increase the city could levy. However, expenditures and revenues could change before final budget adoption. A public hearing on the budget and levy will be held December 6th. The council will act on the budget and levy at its meeting December 20th. Those who won't be in town on Election Day are casting their ballots. There are 6 school districts within Edina's boundaries. 3 of them will have school board elections on November 8th. Edina, Hopkins, and Richfield. The City of Edina administers elections for Edina Public Schools. 4 candidates are vying for 3 spots on the Edina Board of Education. Candidates are Jason Berger, Kathy Sella, Sarah Patzloff, and Lenny K. Wallen-Friedman. Voters in the Edina School District will also vote on 2 ballot questions. The levy seeks to renew the $400 per pupil portion of the school district's existing referendum revenue for 10 years, and to raise approximately $4.5 million of revenue to advance learning through technology.
With new technology, we can complement this with new opportunities we can complement this so students can truly follow their personal passion, so they can give back to their communities, so they can give back in their talents, in the careers they choose, and the opportunities they want to pursue.
Polls will be open on Election Day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Absentee voting began September 23rd. Citizens who plan to vote by absentee ballot may vote in person at Edina City Hall during regular business hours or from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday, November 3rd, or until 5 p.m. Monday, November 7th. Citizens may also submit their ballots by mail. Getting the opportunity to play with one of the country's top symphonic orchestras is a rare thing. But that's exactly the dream that recently came true for one Edina resident. Edina 16 Scott Denfeld has the story.
This is a story of a girl
My mom wanted us all to play violin, so I started in 4th grade.
who finally got the chance to live her dream as part of a recent event offered by the Minnesota Orchestra.
At first I was absolutely amazed and thrilled, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got accepted.
It's Minnesota Orchestra Fantasy Camp. We put them on stage for a couple of rehearsals, and then they played the last piece of a concert sitting side by side with Minnesota Orchestra members. So for that period of time, they actually were in the orchestra.
And joining those orchestra members was Edina resident Anne-Marie Cookson, who was chosen as one of 53 campers for the 2-day camp.
Daunting. It was unbelievable. I take it very seriously, and I know that these musicians are incredible.
Anne-Marie grew up playing the violin, but like so many people, was forced to make sacrifices.
I enjoyed that for a number of years until I had 3 little kids and said enough. And that's really the last time I performed. It was 27 years ago.
At first, the challenge of mastering a complicated bit of music seemed quite intimidating.
I honestly practiced 100 hours for this piece by the time I played, and I'm sure it sounds absolutely comical. But if you haven't performed in 27 years, when I first looked at it, it was like Greek.
But the result of all this time and work was an experience both rewarding and reinvigorating.
I can't remember having so much fun. You know, they treated it like camp, and they made it extremely rewarding. As far as my music, I don't know. I know that I didn't work this hard to let it go again.
And as Anne-Marie continues her rekindled love for performing and for music, she points out a familiar but important lesson from her moment of musical glory.
Never, never give up on your dreams in life, ever. Don't think you're too old for something. Give it a whirl, give it a try.
With Nathalie Gage and Steve Christensen, I'm Scott Denfeld, Edina 16.
Cookson is hoping to grow her new friendships with fellow campers. Still to come, drama and mystery from the Edina Arts Center. But first, the National Golf Foundation takes a close look at Braemar's operations when we return.
Mr. Smith, Brad with the Osaka account is here to meet with you.
Hey, I'm calling to see who won the game last night. Yeah, you're working. No, you're not. Come on, nobody works.
Maybe now's not a good time.
Can you believe that? I can't. Yeah, he lost last night, even after his draft. Didn't they trade him? No. Why not? Why not?
If you wouldn't act this way at work, why would you do it in your car? Driving 4,000 pounds of fast-moving steel on a busy roadway is a full-time job, and every distraction increases the chances that you'll cause a crash. Every year, the Edina Police Department responds to more than 1,200 automobile crashes, many of which could be avoided. Use your head when you're in your car. The ticket that you'll get for not paying attention should be the least of your worries.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to call you back.
Stay alert, stay attentive, stay alive. A message from the Edina Police Department.
Welcome back to Agenda Edina. Making Braemar Golf Course more profitable might mean spending more money. That's according to a study by the National Golf Foundation. The foundation recently completed a study to help prioritize short and long-term options for the city's golf course operations. The study found that the most important actions the city could take to improve are paying off debt, investing in upgrades, modernizing marketing, and controlling expenses. Braemar's revenues have historically exceeded expenses, but debt payments for acquisition of Fred Richards Executive Golf Course and construction of the newest holes at Braemar Golf Course put it in a negative cash position. Payments on the debt will end in 2013. At that time, there could be an opportunity to make capital improvements at the course to improve profitability. Braemar General Manager Todd Anderson will present his recommendations for capital improvements, including expansion of the driving range at this month's Park Board meeting.
Our biggest priority right now is expanding the driving range. That project would include making it longer, wider, and addressing some safety issues. With that project, we would also change the executive course into a par 3, changing 2 holes in that project.
A study of operations is currently underway for Edinburgh Park, and the City Council has recommended one be completed for the Edina Arts Center too. Like Braemar Golf Course, both facilities receive annual subsidies for their operations. The 9th annual Fall into the Arts Festival took place at Centennial Lakes in early September, and as Edina 16's Kaylin Martin found out, not all paintings are created the same.
So right now I'm just kind of adding the base layer of color.
Rust isn't something we typically welcome with open arms.
With that, you just want to get the color down that you want to peek through, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
However, in Rachelle Mayhar's artwork, it's an effect she strives for, and an effect that typically happens overnight.
You get to come back to a whole table full of what happened the night before.
Mayhar and her mother Terry have been selling their art at fairs across the nation for the last 4 years. They know what to bring, how to set up, but they still don't know how each rusted piece will always turn out.
It's exciting, it's that element of surprise.
But that's the special piece that sets them apart.
It's just traditional, like acrylic painting if you really, really think about it. And then the oxidation just adds that a new level and just takes it to a whole nother place.
To achieve the rustic look of each piece, Mayhar uses a mixture of texture and a special formula of paints. A formula Mayhar says she and her mother have developed over the years, but didn't always turn out as planned.
This has all just been a huge learning process and lots of trial and error.
Thanks to the success of the trial and error, Mayhar recently placed second at the Fall into the Arts Festival for booth presentation.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Good. I love it.
Her paintings, her whole booth just shot right out at you, and it just intrigued you to come and see what she had to sell.
Art is how Mayhar makes her living, but it means more to her than just that.
It's really cool to just put something on canvas and have people respond to it, and for people to tell you that they really like it or that they respond to it. It's gratifying. It's just really, it's very satisfying. I'm definitely more grateful than anything, always.
With Steve Christensen, I'm Kaylin Martin, Edina 16.
To view more of Mayhar's pieces, you can visit her website at www.mayharart.com. Thanks to the Edina Public Art Committee, more and more art is on display in our community. Now, another work of art has been added to the list. Edina 16's Jordan Gilgenbach looks at how some new mosaics are promoting healthier lifestyles in Edina.
After 4 years, a new piece of public art is ready to greet bicyclists on the Edina Promenade.
The City of Edina residents helped create the mosaics. We started in 2006 with some events at the City Hall here.
The bicycle mosaics were recently installed and dedicated on the York Avenue bridges.
When you think about all the hands that touched all the mosaics and all the different generations, you get that sort of microcosmic sense of community.
Lois Ring, chair of the Edina Public Art Committee, recommended installing the mosaics on the bridges.
It was my idea because I walk this all the time, and I thought, why not the bridge there? It's new and it could use some life. So these mosaics really give it some life.
We believe that the public art aspect is just one of many different positive images to get out in the city.
People interested in biking. The children worked on the design because their parents were interested in biking. So it was really a community effort.
Now that the mosaics are installed, the city encourages everyone to bike the promenade, see the mosaics, and view the other works of public art.
Edina has so many great open spaces and parks, and people just have to get out and enjoy those.
With Aaron Klein, I'm Jordan Gilgenbach for Edina 16.
Additional public art can be viewed along the Edina Promenade, which is perpendicular to the York Avenue bridges. The Edina Art Center will present Edina's first ever film festival at the historic Landmark Theater at 50th and France this month. Running from Thursday, October 20th through Saturday, October 22nd, the Edina Film Festival will screen 8 films ranging from current indie features to Sundance and Telluride screened shorts, acclaimed documentaries, and even a Frank Capra classic.
And we have such a wonderful tradition in this community of supporting various forms of art. The one thing we don't support really, though, is film. And so this is an opportunity not only to support films and filmmakers, but the Edina Art Center give us a little bit of attention, give us a little bit of money as well, and have a tied together package that helps out everybody.
Films will run from 7 p.m. until close daily in Edina Cinema's Theater 3. All filmmakers will be present for the showings of their films. For more information, including a listing of films and show times, visit www.edinaartcenter.com. Before we go, we want to highlight some of the many other upcoming events in our community. The Edina City Council will hold a town hall meeting 10 a.m. to noon, Saturday, October 1st at the Edina Senior Center. Edina Liquor will hold a food drive benefiting the Veep Food Shelf from October 1st through October 31st. Customers bringing in 5 non-perishable food donations will receive a discount off their purchase. The Energy and Environment Commission encourages residents to attend community education classes that cover easy and practical ways to make your home more energy efficient, from the best technology to the best habits. Class dates are October 8th, 17th, and November 14th. The City of Edina, along with the Edina Morningside Rotary Club, Edina Public Schools, and Alina, will hold a Tour de Edina Sunday, October 9th for bicyclists. The 2011 Tour de Edina will be a 5-mile loop in the southwest quadrant of Edina, beginning and ending at Braemar Park. Edina residents, businesses, and members of the faith community are encouraged to volunteer their time and talents during the 2nd annual Edina Day of Service on October 15th. Edinburgh Park will host a family Halloween party on Friday, October 28th. Join in for trick-or-treating, games, a comedy show, and much more. The 50th and France Business and Professional Association will host its annual Pumpkin Festival in downtown Edina on Saturday, October 29th. Activities will include horse-drawn trolley rides, costume parade for kids and pets, cakewalk, and trick-or-treating. To get more people to tune in to Edina 16, a special holiday movie lineup comes to Government Access Television October 31st. Classic Halloween films will highlight 16 hours of Halloween special programming on the City of Edina's Channel 16. Happy Halloween, and thanks for watching this month's episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.